My eyes were glued on life and they were full of tears. It's not always that we need to do more, but rather that we need to focus on less.
Stop doing what is easy or popular. Start doing what is right.
Truth is confirmed by inspection and delay, falsehood by haste and uncertainty. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact.
Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar look the same. Changing is what people do when they have no options left.
Don't wring your hands over the loss of the past. Steady your hands for the adventure of the future. There is no moment more precious than the exact moment you are living now. Find the things that matter and hold on to them and fight for them and refuse to let them go. Dreaming of a life not lived, but holding on to the fantasy because the scars of reality still sting the heart. You are not just for the right or left, but for what is right over the wrong.
Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives.
There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true. Never apologize for burning too brightly or collapsing into yourself every night. That is how galaxies are made. Maybe it was wrong or maybe impossible, but I wanted the truth to be one thing, one solid thing.
Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Truth is a straight line you sometimes need to curve. You should know that by now. We seek the fire of the spark that is already within us.
The moment you recognize what is beautiful in this world, you stop being a slave.
If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself.
Thought is so cunning, so clever, that it distorts everything for its own convenience. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. People can cry much easier than they can change. It's the people who never learn the word impossible who make history, because they're the ones who keep trying. I just want someone to hear what I have to say, and maybe if I talk long enough, it'll make sense.
Let your mind wander in the pure and simple. Be one with the infinite. Let all things take their course.
But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. Creativity flows when the mind is light. Be light and ignite your imagination.
Things don't happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple.
Two things define you: your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything.
I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university.
Life is a dream from which we all must wake before we can dream again. When seeing the simple truth means recognizing that we're in sin, we would rather see things as being complicated. Every single person is sacred. Sacred means special, precious, a treasure of true beauty. That means you.
Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. As for methods of prayer, all are good as long as they are sincere. Only those people create history who doesn't live in the future. If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen. We can't avoid reasoning. We can only avoid doing it well.
The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. If you can't do anything about it, laugh like hell. A man can't be always defending the truth. There must be a time to feed on it. Whatever happens to your body, your soul will survive, untouched. The day we put an end to believing in hope will be the day we stop existing, for without hope, we are nothing.
There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty.
The best view comes after the hardest climb. Regret is mostly caused by not having done anything. Your rebel soul shines like a diamond pulled from dust, bright, clear, and flawless. Dedicate yourself to what gives your life true meaning and purpose. Make a positive difference in someone's life. Every luxury must be paid for, and everything is a luxury, starting with being in this world. Thou shalt not be a victim, thou shalt not be a perpetrator, but above all, thou shalt not be a bystander. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. All that matters is where you are going. Don't have hope that the situation will be better. Have hope that your Savior will be nearer. A man travels the world over, in search of what he needs, and returns home to find it.
I'm glad I see with my eyes, and not the pages I've read.
Everything that can be thought at all can be thought clearly. Everything that can be said clearly. Don't give up. You are closer than you think.
Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. For them to perceive the advantage of defeating the enemy, they must also have their rewards. Feeling guilty does not set us free. Being equipped sets us free.
I woke up incredibly grateful today. I'm allowing myself to bask in this feeling. If you do not tell the truth about yourself, you cannot tell it about other people. You take people, you put them on a journey, you give them peril, you find out who they really are.
There are people who have money and people who are rich. It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come.
If a man is to live, he must be all alive, body, soul, mind, heart, spirit.
The only real battle in life is between hanging on and letting go. It was always the becoming he dreamed of, never the being.
Tragedy and adversary are the stones we sharpen our swords against, so we can fight new battles. Be noble like the sun. Let even those who resent you for shinning benefit from your warmth. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. When no one you know tells the truth, you learn to see under the surface. In all debates, let truth be thy aim, not victory or an unjust interest. That is why enemies can be great motivators. They serve as fuel for your fire. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to become even better. Sometimes success isn't about making the right decision, it's more about making some decision. Life is just a short period of time in which you are alive. I assess the power of a will by how much resistance, pain, torture it endures and knows how to turn to its advantage.
Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected.
I ask not for any crown but that which all may win, nor try to conquer any world, except the one within. I was saying the right things, but not the really true things. Time deals gently only with those who take it gently. What we do not confront, we inhabit. What we do not reject, we accept. What we do not fight, we become. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
We say later, later, until later becomes too late, and all we can think of is if only. The fear of appearances is the first symptom of impotence.
Life is about accepting the challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward, and savoring the journey. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is reluctance. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. When I was born, the doctor slit my throat to see if I could talk. Attaining recognition is an individual journey. It cannot be bestowed upon us by others. I am always doing what I cannot do yet, in order to learn how to do it. This is your life, and it's ending one moment at a time. Become a ghost, forget attention, just grow in private. I trust that everything happens for a reason, even if we are not wise enough to see it.
You have two choices: evolve or repeat.
Give up to grace. The ocean takes care of each wave till it gets to shore. You need more help than you know. You can't let the truth bring out the worst and let it get the best of you. People at war with themselves will always cause collateral damage in the lives of those around them.
Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character.
Look beyond the words spoken. Actions speak louder than words and reveal the true motives behind any pretext.
It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are.
My one regret in life is that I am not someone else. We follow the codes not because they bring gain, but because we loathe the people we would otherwise become. Success and failures are always very near to each other. Each can turn into the other very quickly.
I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return.
Life isn't fair, but it's still good.
The desire to reach for the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise. Your highest thoughts sometimes arise in your lowest moments.
Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. What I want is so simple I almost can't say it: elementary kindness. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will everywhere be weak. Dead yesterdays and unborn tomorrows, why fret about it, if today be sweet? Act the way you'd like to be, and soon you'll be the way you'd like to act.
Wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are.
The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice.
It is the certainty that they possess the truth that makes men cruel. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think.
Perception was easily accomplished, required little effort, and it never had to stand the test of reality.
If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor.
Best friends are treasures. Hug them for their caring. Applaud their accomplishments. Laugh with them gratefully. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine.
You don't destroy what you want to acquire in the future. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger.
He must be very ignorant, for he answers every question he is asked. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content.
A whetstone, though it cannot cut, may sharpen a knife that will.
There are 1,000 reasons to live this life. Every one of them is sufficient. The test of success is not what you do when you are on top. Success is how high you bounce when you hit the bottom.
Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home.
One day, all those late nights and early mornings will pay off.
In war, numbers alone confer no advantage. Do not advance relying on sheer military power. Nature is pleased with simplicity, and nature is no dummy.
Plant your tiny seeds and keep watering them every day. Soon, they'll grow. Breadbankoling, apinander at uf sich smut and bukandigiring. Not how the world is, but that it is the mystery.
Vulnerability is the least celebrated emotion in our society. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it.
Miracles don't just happen. You have to work to succeed. You have to have an achievable dream.
Only dead fish go with the flow.
It is impossible or not easy to alter by argument what has long been absorbed by habit. The longer we live, the more weight we carry in our hearts. Truth will always be truth, regardless of lack of understanding, disbelief, or ignorance. Those who are without compassion cannot see what is seen with the eyes of compassion.
Men don't need linguistic talent. They just need courage and words.
Those who grant sympathy to guilt grant none to innocence.
To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it.
Sometimes you weren't supposed to share pain. Sometimes it was best just to deal with it alone. Unexpected intrusions of beauty, this is what life is.
Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished.
Faith keeps our ships moving, while empathy and the memories of our experiences lead to wisdom. Life's greatest gift is the freedom it leaves you to step out of it whenever you choose.
The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions.
Persistence is the quality of winners. Successful people never give up. The friends you make in college are friends you'll have for life, even if you don't talk for years at a time. Having the best doesn't make you the best, but producing the best makes you the best. He whose ranks are united in purpose will be victorious.
Serious thinkers are few, and the world is ruled by crude ideas.
The results of knowledge without application results in nothing at all. Do what you know better to do. People resist a census, but give them a profile page and they'll spend all day telling you who they are. Scar tissue is stronger than regular tissue. Realize the strength, move on. Being sensitive is a gift that fosters peace. Help create a kinder, gentler world by embracing it. Light cannot lose in a race against darkness, even if denied a head start. Go after what you want in life. Don't just talk about it. Take a step, run.
If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh. Otherwise, they'll kill you.
A stone is heavy and the sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. To be haunted is to glimpse a truth that might best be hidden.
The scholar does not consider gold and jade to be precious treasures, but loyalty and good faith.
Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships.
Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. Start writing, no matter what. The water does not flow until the faucet is turned on. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out.
Man starts over again every day, in spite of all he knows, against all he knows.
To realize the truth, you have to cross the boundaries of all religions and prophets.
The fundament upon which all our knowledge and learning rests is the inexplicable.
Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. Those who realize their folly are not true fools.
Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
It is man's natural sickness to believe that he possesses the truth.
Always be like a water. Float in the times of pain or dance like waves along the wind which touches its surface. Swords can win territories but not hearts. Forces can bend heads but not minds. Somebody may beat me, but they are going to have to bleed to do it. I never want to change so much that people can't recognize me.
The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. At some point, we all look up and realize that we are lost in a maze.
Beauty as we feel it is something indescribable. What it is or what it means can never be said. Be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of stars. The heart is the toughest part of the body. Tenderness is in the hands. Those guys who want to have the mohawk, which to me is the new business casual.
Imagination is the highest form of research. Be like seeds. Do not see dirt thrown at you as your enemy, but as ground to grow.
Successful people enjoy the journeys they embark on, irrespective of whether they reach their destination or not. We are supposed to call poison medicine, and we wonder why we're always sick. To care about your outward appearance is important, but what's more important is to have a beautiful soul. Never force yourself on people. Never complain after missing an invitation. Never whine when they take you for granted. I think the highest and lowest points are the important ones. Anything else is just in between. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. There's no way you can kill someone and get to the other side of the experience unchanged. Even if there's a small lie in the truth you're telling, it will make the truth questionable. Only when compassion is present will people allow themselves to see the truth.
Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
We do not remember days, we remember moments. The richness of life lies in memories we have forgotten. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Never lose hope. Storms make people stronger and never last forever. The words he said, too, must be human enough to bleed. These inspired futures hold futuristic inspirations. This, the language of deception, we both understand. We were born to it, along with the curses.
If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what.
He who wishes to fight must first count the cost.
Those who wish to market their good deeds must do well to place their bad deeds on the shelf too. The moment you let go of your discipline is the moment you give up on yourself.
The truth is the kindest thing we can give folks in the end. Your time is way too valuable to be wasting on people that can't accept who you are. Any fool can know. The point is to understand.
We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve.
Correct your mistake as soon as you have found it.
There is nothing impossible to they who will try.
One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other.
Integrity is doing what is right and truthful, and doing as you say you would do.
Only knowledge can turn life's unbearableness into a weapon. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls.
One does no question miracles, or complain that they are no constructed perfectly to one's liking.
Face your life, its pain, its pleasure. Leave no path untaken.
The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive.
Verily, God does not reward man for what he does, but for what he is. The nourishment of body is food, while the nourishment of the soul is feeding others. Sometimes, the best of God's gifts arrive by the shattering of all the window panes.
The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. The number of people who believe a thing has no bearing upon its truth. Those who make conversations impossible make escalation inevitable. This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before.
Deeds will not be less valiant because they are unpraised.
If you are not the hero of your own story, then you're missing the whole point of your humanity.
The control of large numbers is possible, and like unto that of small numbers if we subdivide them. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable.
It's more fun to think of the future than dwell on the past.
Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. Faster, faster, until the thrill of speed overcomes the fear of death.
Life has become the future. Every moment of your life is lived for the future.
One must wait until the evening to see how splendid the day has been.
The light at the end of the tunnel is just the light of an oncoming train. Those who would wage war should first eliminate all domestic enemies before proceeding to attack the external foe. My world is about stories that entertain, emotions that move, people you'll remember, literature that matters. Ruin is a gift. Ruin is the road to transformation. Perhaps the logical conclusion of everyone looking the same is everyone thinking the same. Go on with what your heart tells you, or you will lose all.
Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade.
Life is something that happens when you can't get to sleep. Help others without any reason, and give without the expectation of receiving anything in return.
All the world is made of faith and trust and pixie dust.
If what he said was the truth, it broke her heart. If what he said was a lie, it was broken anyway.
Being born is like being kidnapped and then sold into slavery. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them.
What would come, and you would have to meet it when it did. I was within and without, simultaneously enchanted and repelled by the inexhaustible variety of life. There's no reason to have a plan B because it distracts from plan A. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. True potential is realized when we stretch, when we choose to go beyond our present perceived capability.
In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
My happiness is not the means to any end. It is the end. It is its own goal. It is its own purpose.
The elegance under pressure is the result of fearlessness.
He that can have patience can have what he will.
Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge.
Win in your mind and you will win in your reality. If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. I shall look at you out of the corner of my eye, and you will say nothing. Words are the source of misunderstandings. Friendship happens when the distance between the hearts tends to zero.
Humanity must forgive humanity, for only then can we be humane.
It might be possible that the world itself is without meaning. He will essentially follow the language of the spectacle, for it is the only one he is familiar with. Who belonged to no one, who belonged to everyone, who had nothing, who wanted everything. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity.
I have given my word that only death will take me from you.
Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain.
Respect yourself, and others will respect you.
Be proud. You survived the days you thought you couldn't. We are not leaving anyone behind. We have to stick together in order to stay safe. What you do not wish upon yourself, extend not to others. Unless you realize your true self as the divine, your life is meaningless. There has never been a protracted war from which a country has benefited. Those who count things are not worthy of assisting the people.
If those at your top are weak, your bottom will be rotten.
And just when I thought things were starting to get better, everything had gone wrong again. I am not afraid to die. I am only afraid of saying goodbye to you forever. When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. Even a snail will eventually reach its destination.
Each star is a mirror reflecting the truth inside you. Heaven is like an egg, and the earth is like the yolk of the egg. That as long as we are being remembered, we remain alive. To know that we know what we know, and that we do not know what we do not know, that is true knowledge. We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary. Keep going. It's not as difficult as you feel it is. Don't give up.